Call this meeting of County Commission to order. Commissioner Sutton, would you lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. First on the agenda this morning, we've got the 2017 provisional budget hearing. Is there anyone here to speak on behalf of this? All right, any changes we need to be making, any tweaks? Does everybody have theirs?
The busloads of concerned citizens are still on their way.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I think Gary has the NACO thing. I think Doug was interested in going. I am. And who else do we? Rachel?
I'm leaning towards not. Yeah, I probably won't be available, but I
Tom, did
can
you
see
want
the
to?
value.
What year is that?
It's in
July.
July
I probably would.
21st at Columbus, Ohio.
Probably not.
So we need to put some money into the commissioner's budget for that.
There's already, what did they say, 12.5
For
12.5.
travel.
including mine, so we're probably covered either.
It'll be enough to cover? Okay.
Might I ask if the when the part-time person found its way back in to the state attorney budget?
I think it did. Yes, it did.
Okay, just asking.
Yeah. And then that one pay adjustment we have to make too.
Yes. So
Was it 7,200 or something you said?
Yeah, 7209.
number 14, veterans.
No, 14 is registered of deeds. 15. Wow.
14 is better.
I thought it was
Oh, okay.
Which one are you looking
You
for?
must have an old one.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, mine shows 15 is veterans.
So we needed to tweak. Is
Now
it
look
line?
at the next page. On the bottom there, 720992.
Yes. So that's what we're taking out.
Yeah.
The 720992.
Which one are you on?
Veterans number 14 under salaries.
209.
Well, that's reflected in the provisional now. What I'm looking for now are changes to the provisional.
That isn't in the,
That is a change.
that is a
We're
change.
decreasing it by
It
that
was
amount.
left in there.
What, in VA?
Yeah.
So which number are you changing here? You talking about?
Right.
Wages.
If you look on the set, flip it over just one page, Tom, and then down at the bottom, the very first line there where the suggested raise go in the written down below. 720992.
Oh, okay, I get you.
Where are you at?
Right here.
This was
But
already
that was
added.
taken out.
We didn't think it was. That's what we're wondering.
When
Okay,
you
look at
calculate it, it looks like there's about an $8,000 difference with the 50 cents.
Okay, which one are you looking at, the different time?
Veterans, she said she thought she
In the
had taken it out.
115,000 on line 411. Do you think it's already out of that?
Well, the new number is 111. Let me make you each a copy.
Yeah, we
of
don't
this.
have that new list, so we didn't.
Right.
Take a look.
I had 109,951.
I think so.
Is what it should be.
Yeah.
That's what I had calculated, but
109, what did you think?
950, 150.
You had a few more change. You were keeping track of all the thoughts, weren't you?
Is there some other ones that we needed to
And
look
when I
at?
look on this sheet, the 2016 annual budget, that one shows
What's your bottom line?
147, and the request was 160, so we're down 13 over.
That's when you got number 15.
Right.
You have 111, 181, 28.
Thank you.
Did I give somebody my punch card? I'm gonna trade with you.
Oh, sure.
Max, is this the one that we did already approve in a provisional?
Right, this is what's in the
So I don't think
provisional.
I don't think we need to make any changes in it.
But how come it only went down 4 instead of 7?
Well, it went down
Six.
about 5,700.
At the
I'm
bottom, you
looking
can
at the
see how
gross
I
wages.
calculated it. Okay, Aaron at 47, that's current, plus the 520, the 48, Kathy, current, plus the quarter, and,
Was it, we're figuring 50, so it'd be
well,
1,040.
this is added for the additional quarter. Okay,
Oh,
this
this
was
is-
the preliminary
Yep.
with the base salaries. And then the overtime was in there, and then you had me put the other quarter in, so this is added in.
Yeah, I think it's already done.
Okay, so this is done.
So it's 154,380.
From 160.
Yeah, I was looking at just the gross, is what I was looking at, wages.
So you're saying it
If
takes
we're
into
taking
account
out
this plus the 50 cents, not this?
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
And it only reduced to 4 instead of 7. 50. Wow, okay.
Okay, so we've got BSO then. Was there other changes we needed to look at? Did you have anything that we made note of
let's
through the
see.
process?
Well, we had that note that sheriff's was concerned because there was retirement was showing 7% instead of 8%. But
It will still be 8% though, so whatever that is.
Right, it'd be 8%, but he's got plenty to cover that.
So do we have to
No.
add that other percent into his?
No. He's got
it
enough.
does, yeah, I don't have issue with it either way, but he just wanted to make note of it. That
I
that
just
was-
calculated at the 7 because I didn't know who was who in the jail and that. So I just split the difference.
Yeah, that was just something that they noticed.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
mentioned,
Does everybody over there get the 8?
Yes.
No,
Except office staff.
Everybody but clerk?
only the certified officers. Yeah.
So that's pretty much everybody but office staff.
No, correctional officers do not.
Oh, okay. I
Just
thought they were
your
certified.
sheriff's deputies.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought some of them were certified.
Well, it's a couple of them are. And see, that's why I use the 7 because it's gonna
Balance out?
Sure.
yeah.
So there should be enough in there to cover it?
Yeah,
Okay.
there'll be enough in there to cover it.
Okay. Was the issue because under sheriff it was short and we should make adjustments
That's
within
what
jail?
they noticed.
Okay,
They just saw that 7% and couldn't
Okay.
figure out what I was doing, didn't ask.
gotcha.
Yep, exactly. That's what it comes down to.
So then we should be covered with that too.
Dirk had a concern about his spending authority was one note, and just his overall, I guess he thought something that it didn't get, that the 50 cents didn't get added for some reason.
Do we have 50 cents calculated within Dirk's 411 line?
Okay.
Well, okay, he started out with the 1,662. Well, let's go, whichever line you want to go to.
Yeah.
You add the second quarter is over to the side, the 17,076.
See, we don't have a side.
Oh,
Yeah, we don't have that copy.
see, Dirk got the copy. Yeah.
Number is in there.
49.
Yeah. Then he was worried about his spending authority.
Yeah, that spending authority, we need to make sure that's in there for him. How much was that, 300 and some? 389?
Yeah, 389K.
Yeah.
Yes, this is the additional quarter.
Okay.
Thank you.
So do we need to add that spending authority in for the
Yeah,
ballpark
389
389?
For which one?
For the STIP
for
fund?
highway.
No, he wanted to do that as a supplement.
But don't we still have to, wouldn't it be better to put it in a spending authority? Instead of supplementing it?
He
Or-
chose a couple of years ago not to put it as until,
But didn't we not do that because they changed where they automatically send it out now?
Yeah.
Instead of
Okay.
it sitting in Pier, it comes directly to us.
that's up to you if you want to put it in.
I think it'd be better to
we
put
should.
it
I do
in
too.
rather than do a
know
supplement
it's
so that we have a
there.
better
Okay.
idea where we're
Is
at.
that okay? What's
So,
under,
what was the amount?
389, what is it, Gary?
389,000.
Yeah, 389,000.
Okay, so I'll add that to estimated revenue and spending authority.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
anything else on highway, road and bridge?
I can't think of anything else.
No, should be good.
Okay. Did you receive any other
Um,
updates from
I
Skipper?
think the only other thing that we have to talk about is the fair manager minimum salary, if you were gonna bump it up to the new minimum or what you were gonna do.
Did we address
You
the
did
other
that, that's
item?
calculated.
The
in
other
there.
one's already been taken care of, but
It's calculated in there, Gary.
you did calculate it
Yep.
in?
I did Sue and
And
Derek.
So that'd be 37 here.
Your sheet's not going to show it.
Okay.
You just have to go
If
by
that's
your...
already in, then we're good to go as far as...
Yeah, I made note that
everything
Derek
I
was
have.
gonna be the 47,446.
76.
If
should
we
be
get
good.
that all stopped, then we're
Well,
all
it's changed next year. Of course, then we're gonna have all that Obama healthcare that's gonna go.
All right, any other questions on provisional budget?
And you don't do anything today. This is just the public hearing.
Just to hear it.
Yeah.
One more time, anybody here to speak on behalf of this? All right,
Thanks for the sheet.
thank you much. That brings us to our second agenda item. Paul Stevenson, IT update. Good morning, how are you guys? Hey Corey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks for coming up, guys.
So it doesn't work yet?
Before we get on to the update in the score 9, can we have a short exact on a contractual issue
Okay,
with Judy included?
I'd entertain a motion to go into exec for a contractual issue.
Second.
Moved by Hanson, seconded by Sutton. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. We're in exec.
Anyway,
All right, we are back in session. There is no action as a result of exec. And Judy was in with us as well. Maintenance. Okay, what else we got, guys?
I'm gonna-
How's it going down there?
busy.
Yeah, I bet.
I'm going to start the RFP for the phones, so we can get our phone system in yet this year that we have budgeted.
Okay.
So that'll be our next big project. Now that the fair's over, we'll replace that with the phone project. And then, as you know, we're moving forward on the square 9. So brought Corey along. He's going to walk you through the voucher system,
Sounds good.
which is,
Do we need something up on?
yep, I'll give him the mouse and keyboard, and then
Okay.
I'll let him go through that. It's there's a couple things we need to work on yet, but we're by the 20th we should at least have you a bunch of vouchers coming in that way,
We're gonna save so much ink. It's gonna be amazing.
and paper.
Paper.
And paper.
And remind me how many licenses we have, Paul, for Square
Does
nine.
that help the glare?
For the
Yeah.
internal or external?
External, like if we're at
External,
home.
we just got 5.
5, okay.
But they're concurrent, so, you know, we can use more than 5. When we get to the public side of it, then we'll get some more.
Okay, so it's kind of hard to see being on the TVs and everything, or when you're doing them yourself on your laptop might be a little better. But essentially, this is the form. You won't see all this stuff on the sides because it's in edit mode, but
Okay.
I can actually set it to test.
Is there a better name than perjury signature?
I can
Perjury
change
statement.
everything. That was just what was on the form.
It should be perjury statement.
Statement. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we took this off our paper voucher
Yep.
form.
So you know, here's the perjury form, and then basically they'll sign, and we'll get signatures done for all this. They'll go through and they'll fill out all their information. It'll total up all the invoice amounts, the fund amounts, everything like that.
It'll do an automatic total.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
They'll be able to attach their copies of their invoices. They'll put any additional comments, like, you know, bring back to me for payment, anything like that. I'm going to get rid of that because we were throwing that in for something else. But essentially right there, that is the department head. They're done right there, so they'll hit submit. And once they hit submit, it'll go back to, basically the auditors will get an email saying there are vouchers that need to be approved. And then from there,
So this first step, where do they find that form at? Is it on a
that'll
shared
be on the
drive?
website.
On a website. Oh, it's
They'll
web-based.
have an
Okay.
icon on their desktop to get to that.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, so it's just basically a web page that pops up. They'll fill everything out from there.
Gotcha.
So, and then from there, this will be a little easier to see.
And then does it save in a box too, so they track what they've sent? Or does it not till it comes back to them?
So basically, once they hit submit, it'll go, like the auditors will get an email saying there are vouchers that you need to be approved. And then they'll log in, and you'll use your domain logins, when you used to log onto the computers. You'll log in, you'll see a little box that says, you know, you'll hit play and you'll bring up the form. And then,
All of the forms.
yeah.
Okay.
And then it'll say, is this information filled out correctly? They can comment on it if they want, and then it'll have an accept or reject. If it rejects, it'll go back to the department head with an email saying your voucher was rejected. Please correct any information and resubmit. Basically, every step of this is the same process. It's accept or reject. You guys can come in here. Your approval status is approve or deny.
And then is there a spot to type your comments? Rejected because?
I can add
Oh, okay.
anything you guys want. Again,
so
this
they
is
know.
just kind of
For
a
the commission, we will, you know.
yeah. So there's that, and then again, you guys will do approve or deny. The signature thing is something I'm gonna have to look at. I was playing around with it Thursday last week, but I couldn't figure out a way to set your signature that you gave me that you signed to basically when you hit a button that it just puts your signature in there.
Okay.
So you'll have to fill it out. You know, you'll have to sign on the signature
The
pad.
or the
Yeah.
pad?
Well,
I'm
we should have
working
that.
on that. It's just I have to call them about that. And then once you hit accept or approve, then it goes back to the auditors for Lynn to get the warrant number and then the final approval to print the checks. And then after she hits approves, it'll go to Sheila's office for treasurer approval. And then once that approves, it basically stamps the date on it and it will file it into Square 9. So.
And then with each step, so department, auditor, commission, auditor, will it
Yeah.
say it's past this amount? So as soon as it gets to you for the second time, auditor will know, okay, this isn't the first time I've gotten.
They'll come as approved by commission.
Yeah,
Instead
it
of
fills
about
that
in
in?
queue.
the only way that the auditor's office or the treasurer's office will see it is if you approve it.
Okay.
So,
On the second round.
yeah.
The thing with the signatures is we want to tie, when you log into the computer, then you're automatically going to get into Square 9 with your permissions as that user. We want to make sure that with your signature, once you log in, only your signature can be used to sign it.
Essentially,
So
it'll
accountability
log it
is the
down.
big thing on something like this. We need to, did Rachel approve them or did Doug approve them? Because Rachel's not, that type of thing, so.
So, essentially that is the whole flow for it. I kind of had to redo a lot of it from what I previously thought because it just wasn't going to work. But that's pretty much it. So on the 20th we'll have a final revised. We'll have people putting in vouchers and all that stuff too. So
Do we want to do, like, talk before, just doing IT and maybe maintenance or somebody like that, the first round? Just get all the bugs out of it.
Sure.
Shall we gear for that for the 20th?
That'd be good.
Okay.
Yes.
Just as a department head, so I don't think I'll be sitting there typing all this stuff in. So somebody in the office is going to do that, and they're going to. So how does my approval get in there then?
How do you do it now? Penny does your vouchers, I know that.
They bring me the stuff, and I dutifully sign it. So is it looks like this starts with the department head. It needs to start a couple of steps back, and then it needs to
Go to the department
head.
Okay. I can look at that. I didn't. I based it off him because he does all the vouchers. So
We can add that step.
I will definitely look at that. We'll get that going.
We can add it so if the department head's not filling it out, if the department head's signature's not on there, we'll go to the department head before it goes to the auditor for signature. Because they have to have whoever charged on the warrant statement, right? On the perjury statement, and then the department head on the final signature.
Well, basically, I mean, a department head can authorize employees to sign off.
Right.
I think most do, at least in the bigger departments.
Yeah.
So we just need to find a way to
Yeah.
We need a
accommodate that.
form for that.
Yeah.
Basically, so we can keep on file that they, like you authorize Penny to sign your vouchers, and so that'll just be a step, just so we have what Max needs to be true and correct legislative audit.
Yeah, the perjury statement is that the goods and services have been received.
Yep.
And then the department signatures for the payment. But they don't always have the two signatures on them. But we can have them have the two signatures on them now, which is probably not a bad idea.
Right.
So then Penny would enter it all, send it to Larry. He'd just look through it and click
Yep.
and forward it on.
Yeah.
I mean, because this is what the square 9 actually looks like, so this is what you'll be seeing.
Pending, approved, and processing.
Again, this was from the old stuff that I had set up. I must have deleted those test ones from in there. Let me see if I can show you.
So this is where we would also pick up any contracts we want to view.
Right.
They
Yep.
would have a folder.
There'll be a
that says
folder there for
contract.
that only the commissioners can see, or whoever's got authorization to see the contracts. Whatever else you asked about.
Well, it was the updated,
Budgets and
yeah.
that type of stuff.
So this is what it'll look like when you pull it up, the complete one. It'll have everything listed here. It'll have totals, names, warrant numbers, signatures, and all that stuff. So.
Will all the commissioners be able to look at that? I mean, I
Yes.
remember the time, Tom, when we all have to go through and initial each one of those
Yep.
stats. But we could pull this up and look at them. and
Anyone, yeah,
questions?
anyone you guys
Okay.
can open it up, pull it in, and look at them.
Thank you.
So, and when the vouchers, once they hit the auditor, once the department submits them, you can look at them, you just can't approve them until after the auditor sends it to them in the first round that everything's correct on it. But you can still view them in your folder. They'll be in your folder, you'll be able to view them. And then you can always go back at any time and review them by date.
Sure. Planning and zoning was the other thing. So
Oh,
we
yep.
can look at any.
I have those stacked on my desk for you gave me, so. Yeah, there'll just be a folder for whatever you want. Basically under here, where it says vouchers, you just have folders that say, and whoever has permission to make some commission or whoever else has permission, that folder's the only ones that'll be able to see it.
Okay.
So,
at this point, if I logged on, do I just go to the home page and there's somewhere I click?
no, we haven't set that up yet.
Okay.
To fill out the forms, yeah, they'll just bring a shortcut up. If you want to view this, you'll actually open the Square 9 program itself,
Okay.
which should be installed on the computer. So
Okay. Now, is it internet-based so that we can get it from our home computers? or-
Yes, that's what those web licenses are for.
Okay, I just
Through
wanted
the
to make
global
sure you don't have
search.
to install anything.
Nope, you just have to go into global search. We'll give you an address and
Okay.
shoot you right into them. You will have to start using your domain credentials, which is your first initial, last name, and then we'll have to go through and reset all your passwords because I don't think Dwayne was the only one, and I suppose you are now, that used the domain credentials. But and we need that because that's how you get your permissions and accountability. So
Sure.
That means my account will be up and ready to use, right?
I kind of got my own server.
we don't allow you to have your own server. Not for classified stuff, anyway.
Well, we are out next week, so
Yeah.
we'll be ready in 2 weeks to kind of get online
Well,
ourselves and play with it.
We will be up here on the 20th early, show you how to start signing the ones that we have from IT and maintenance.
Maintenance.
I'll sit with Judy and we'll get her going. She'll have a fair amount more than we will, so.
Good.
And then if it's good, we'll just either add them all or however you want
A
to,
few more. or
steps you
else-
wanna take.
Sure.
you know.
Sounds good.
So-
Any questions, comments?
Step in the right direction.
It sure is.
we'll get there.
All right, well, thank you guys. Appreciate
Thank
it.
Thank you.
That brings us to the end of our regular agenda. Max, you want to go through your list?
Put the
The minutes from the joint
PowerPoint
city,
back up.
county, and general of August 30th.
Move.
Moved by Fishback,
Second.
seconded by Sutton. Questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Thank you.
Thanks.
We didn't get payroll in here again. We gotta fine tune our process. The fair kinda slowed things up because that was extra, a lot of extra work for Aaron. Do you wanna just, let me look at it.
I don't want to take the time to send that around. Did you have anything you want to talk about? Brendan?
I can just let you know that Diane mentioned that the JJRI, Juvenile Justice Reinvestment Initiative app, is in. They have a phone meeting next week, so it still hasn't gotten finalized, but it looks like the teen court's going to get at least $20,000 out of that, so that's exciting news. That'll help them tremendously.
Okay.
Did that fair pay all get straightened out then? The
I
workers?
don't know. I think that's what she's going to get.
Were we still off at all?
I think they were still looking at it, but
Okay, the bottom clip is fair, and then the top is the regular. So
Is everything balanced? Do we need to hold off on the fair portion, or do we need,
Do we need to stamp this?
what are you thinking?
You can stamp it. They're still looking.
I never know which way.
Um,
Is here?
That's fine. Yeah. Yeah, because, I don't know, there was a couple of fair people that had not come in and done their paperwork, so they cannot be paid until they do their paperwork. There's hopefully something will be done so that you get the workers before the day of the fair.
they should have been in before, the fair even started.
And then there was something between, we know Encode is right, but when you add up Sundial, there's a difference. And Aaron has been looking and looking. Because you add the individual departments and they match. You add the grand total and it's off.
How much are we on?
Last number I heard was $650.
Okay, what's his little blue stickies on here, like,
What does it say?
well, like here, on your auditor, that's Lynn for something. And then for
Well,
treasurer,
because-
there's 222 plus.
Well, the 9690 is what was fair, only she took vacation one day, so it's not overtime. So some of it's overtime, some of it is straight time.
So if we approve it today, are we authorizing to approve it once it's
Well,
completely
the
accurate?
checks are out.
Okay,
It's just getting Sundial to balance with Encode,
gotcha.
because Sundial is the record that audits is going to look at. And so we have to get the two in sync. There's still little glitches I noticed. Let me see mine again. I noticed on the computer. Okay. See, like Dave, for instance, I know the check mark is on Sundial that he approved it, and that means he, and this says no.
So that's a printout from Sundial or Encode?
Sundial, yeah. And Kathy, I know she agreed, you know, by hitting yes on employee agree, that's their way of signing their payroll.
So were these printed before they printed, said yes or not?
I don't know.
That'd be the
This is
question
no.
I'd ask.
See, Monday, I was taking vacation, but I came in to approve Sundial, and they need to give us time Monday morning to go through it and approve it. We can't pre-approve it Friday, and we're not here on the weekend. So at 8 o'clock, we come in and work our payroll. They've already downloaded it. It'd really be nice to 10 o'clock or noon to give the departments time to approve the payroll. Because you can't do it instantly.
Sure.
There's no time on here saying when this was printed, so
No.
I was looking to see if there was a time.
Yeah, but we really need some time. What happened Monday then, rather than just coming in and verifying everything and leaving, I had to go through 3 more steps in Sundial to get it all in sync, because it had been already already downloaded to Aaron.
Can you call and see if there's any issue with moving it back to 10 o'clock? Is there a reason why we have to have it quicker? But then we need to make
Usually
a
they
hard
gave them,
deadline for everybody to have it
you know,
and it's going.
Larry has some space.
I mean, if
Speaking
it
as
hasn't
another
been
department, I'd
approved-
move it till noon, because
Yeah, noon.
those Monday mornings are kind of a mess, kind of
Okay.
going
You
through and
bet.
making sure everything's right, and if you got people out of town for some reason or someplace, there's a lot to kind of harness in the.
It is, yeah.
Because
And
this
then-
payroll like this, can you have a designee if you're out? Approved payroll?
Well, if the person who's making, if the employee is out and they got to go in and correct their own
Oh,
somehow,
I see what you're saying, because it has
or
to go back.
submit it, with the check mark, if they're not there, then it's a project, so.
Okay.
And
It's a new program, it's all in the process of being,
Tweaked.
working out
Yep.
all the
Yeah.
little bugs. And
I kind of wish we could get Sundial working before we jump into Square 9, so that, do one at a time rather than jump into 2 of them before one's
Sure.
finished.
Well, we can consider that when we have just the 2 departments are going to be doing the test run here, but
Right.
we really need access to those contracts and things like that, because we're always bugging you to print stuff off, and that
Yeah.
was my big thing, is I just want to be able to get on the
The
internet.
contracts don't
Pull
have
that stuff
anything to
up.
do with,
The document management piece of it, though, is what I'm,
oh, yeah, more than the vouchers.
Right.
Okay.
Right, and that, I mean, that's nothing that you guys have to use. It's- Well, why don't we let that go around for a minute here? and-
Yes, I'll just come back to
Yep.
that. Okay. Now, Gary's HR report, there were two things given to me.
And we did have an amendment on it, so we passed that around. Everybody's aware of the amendment.
Okay.
Did everybody get the chance to read through that?
Yes.
Okay, entertain a motion to approve.
Move, well, second.
Hold on. She said there was a couple things given to her.
You want me to? Okay.
Moved by Sutton, seconded by Hanson. Discussion.
Okay. Then there is the differential pay for the sheriff clerical outside of the policy manual.
Gotcha. I think that was what we do. Remember last week we had to authorize that? We just need to add it
That's
in
in
there.
there.
It's in here,
Sheriff's office staff.
because I had it as a separate sheet.
Yeah.
Yep, so that's in there. So that's what we just made the motion to approve.
And then Jonathan Waller, he's a dispatcher, so he was not listed. So this would be added to
Put it in
the,
there. Yep.
and then Jonathan Waller was fair security. He was not on the sheriff's list because he's a dispatcher, so he has not been authorized for fair security at the $20 per hour.
So we need to add him.
We need to make that.
Okay, is there any issues with adding that in?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so the Sutton Hanson would include Gary's report, Waller, and this.
Correct.
Yeah, oh,
Okay.
HR.
Any,
All right.
any questions on what we're doing there?
No.
All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Okay, there was a payment request number 4 for CDGB funds for Safe Harbor project.
Moved by Hanson.
Second.
Seconded by Fishbeck. Questions on that? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Appoint Scott Mines and Tom Schmidt as members of the 2016 Homeland Security Regional Review Board.
Move.
Second.
Moved by Sutton, seconded by Fishbeck. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
There was a request from the sheriff. It's time to order the flu vaccine if you want to provide that to the employees again this year.
Any comments on that? Do as we have in the past?
I'll move to approve it.
Okay, motion by Sutton,
Second.
seconded by Hanson on providing those flu shot vaccines. Any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
There's a lease agreement for Aberdeen Christian Fellowship.
Move.
Second.
Moved by Hanson, seconded by Fishback. Questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Authorized chair to sign the Juvenile Justice Reinvestment Initiative. This is that diversion grant application. Diane has filled out on the website all her documentation. I didn't print it out because I didn't think we should see all the names that were referred and who referred them. So once this is signed, then this will be tagged with that and submitted.
Okay, any questions on that? All in favor, or is there a motion?
Not yet.
Move it.
Moved by
Second.
Sutton, seconded by Hanson. Questions on it? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Special malt beverage application for September 23rd and 24th for the Boys and Girls Club. This is at the Expo Building, and it's part of the Dakota Outdoor activities sponsored by Convention and Business Bureau, and I can't remember the other sponsor.
Okay.
Move it.
Moved by Fishback,
Second.
seconded by Hanson. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
And then claims and payroll.
Alright, everybody get the chance to look through it a little bit?
Yeah.
Was there any questions or concerns?
I'll move it.
Moved by Sutton,
Second.
seconded by Fishback. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.
Now, for instance, the commission usually sign their payroll. Do you want, Rachel would have to go in Sundial and approve in order for management to approve the payroll. Or just have everybody know, no.
Have everybody what?
Well, the employee hasn't and the manager has not agreed. So I don't know.
Can you just write a little,
Or could you want
note
to just
on
sign this sheet?
Yeah.
Okay,
And then let's just make a note that there's work being done on it.
yeah. We still fill out our old sheet, just for verification and everything, and we sign that.
We, your department, or we, all the departments?
No, just this department. If I'm not here, Kathy signs it. And then we have our, and then I look for the yes on here, but it wasn't there, so my yes is here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Did we have a ordinance to advertise? Assumption?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was gonna ask that too.
Yes, I forgot to write that on here.
Assumption
Yeah.
rezone.
It's a joint one with Frederick City, and they'll be here September 27th.
I think we were gonna check, not that we don't wanna host them here, but we were gonna check if we could do that on a conference call, if they have to drive all the way here for that, or,
I think we had some discussion about that, and the main thing is, I recollect the conversation, is that you want to have them on the same day so you can synchronize the publication dates.
And they
They don't
won't
have to
meet-
be in the same room, but a conference call is not forbidden,
So-
you just want to make
So
sure.
if anybody opposed, they could be in either place,
Right, and be heard by
be
everybody.
heard by everybody.
But that's not a typical meeting day for Frederick. They meet once a month in the
So
evening.
they'd have to call a special meeting.
They'd have, yeah, either call a special meeting or come in.
why don't you ask them what they prefer? Because we'd
Okay.
love to have them here, but to save them the mileage if they don't want.
Right. They come to all the planning commission meetings. Yeah,
They
And they
might
have
just
that
want to come in,
discussion
they've
there
been in
too.
before, so.
okay.
So we've got authorizing, that's a pretty neat deal, they're putting that card troll in up there, so that'll be huge.
Oh,
Do we need,
I missed the motion, I'm sorry.
we haven't got one yet.
Oh,
If we got one.
Entertain a motion to approve, or authorize advertising for ordinance 104, the Assumption rezone.
I'd move it.
Moved by Fishback,
second.
seconded by Hanson. Any discussion on that? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed nay. Motion carries. Anything else?
That's it.
All right, thank you much. Gary?
The only other thing I had is last week you had talked about possibly going into exec to discuss the race agreement. I don't know if you still needed to do that, or if you wanted to have a little further discussion on that at all.
Did you want to do a little more checking on race agreement, or are you ready to move on that, or?
I'm ready to go, with the exception, I think you were all provided a copy. I visited with Larry on, under section 2, the second paragraph. I think we could just delete that.
I think
Because
so. It's,
it seems to contradict with paragraph 4, which addresses the purpose of the lease or what it includes, and also allows for special events, where paragraph 2 kind of says not any special events. So again, I think they conflict each other. So if we delete section 2, I have visited with the promoters and they're on board with these minor changes, so I would be okay moving to approve it with second paragraph of section 2 deleted.
Okay, give me time, because see, what I'll do, that addendum, I'll incorporate the changes to the original contract in the addendum, rather than,
Okay, did you get this?
no.
Did you mark which one you want out?
I just X'd through it.
It may be better off just starting with a fresh agreement.
Are you going to extend the 4-year options then?
Well,
That's part of that.
That's the question, but I mean, it may be better just to start with that, and if you don't want it 4 years, if you just want the balance of what's left, you can take this contract and make it 2 years or 1 year, or whatever it's going to be at the same time.
I think we should go with the balance. We've already had inquiries about somebody else wanting to bid, so we probably better stick to the original one until we...
This is
rebid.
merely a renewal.
Because what I would do would be on the lease option renewal addendum, that have, the only thing you're doing is deleting,
No, there's
No,
three or
there's
four
a
or
highlighted
five
There
thing.
is some
sections.
additions.
The highlighted sections are
Highlighted
kind of a
sections.
rewording.
okay,
So the highlighted and the crossed out ones are changes to that.
Do you know, in the ordinance, Fair Week is defined as what? Because it refers to Fair Week in here. Is that
Whatever
Monday
week
through
that it is.
Sunday? But it says as referred to in the ordinance.
Yes, in the ordinance, if I remember right, you know, there's the published dates of the fair, and Fair Week starts a couple days before and goes to a couple days after. Just because there's loading in and loading out, I think that's what Fair Week is defined as.
And I think the additions and clarifications are good. I mean, we don't want to go changing the substance of it
Right.
when we have a contract already with them. I mean, that wouldn't be fair, so. I like it in there that even though we just say they can't have it during horse racing or Fair Week, it also has to have commission approval. So if something comes up that might compete with something we're doing, we can
Correct.
discuss it then. So just the only question is it easier to do a new contract or make these changes midway through? And three years left, right? This was
2019 is, he had the option to.
2019.
This will be the third year, won't it?
Yep. 17 will be the third year, then
Okay.
18 and 19.
It's up to you.
Yeah, I don't want to extend it anymore because of that
No.
reason, because somebody else might want to bid on it.
Because they're in agreement with the changes, as if we are, I think we just, so my motion would be to approve the next year extension or the next year, exercise their option to renew for next year with these
With
changes.
these changes.
so do you want it in the option paper, or do you want a whole new,
Can you change it in the option so you don't have to do a new contract?
which would be better?
Well, you know, sometimes these sections have to be read, the paragraph has to be read within a larger section sometimes to know what the frame of reference is. So that's why if you just pull out, you know, the changes and stick them all on a page, trying to go back and read them in that section, it becomes more of a challenge. I don't know why you can't just say, you know, the contract will continue with this being the contract going forward for the next, you know,
3 years.
under the same terms and conditions as the original, and you just have a fresh, clean copy that you would have as the addendum then.
Yeah,
Again, from my point of view, it's easier to pick up one clean copy and try and figure out what's going on than trying to, you know, each year pass something in there and try and figure it out.
Okay.
So that was your motion?
Yes.
I'll second it.
To do
So
a
we
new-
have nothing signed from the Neuendorfs.
Well,
So we'll
they
sign a new
originally
contract.
signed their intent to
For the option.
Yeah.
option for next year.
Yeah, they sent that to us.
We got that by the required date. That needed to be, what,
Right.
30 days prior.
You want me to clean up the one, omit that one section, get you clean copy, get them to sign off on it with the dates syncing up with the remainder of their current contract, and then bring it in for final
Final
approval?
approval.
That'd be great. Let's do that. So that would do what
And-
Commissioner
and-
Sutton's
and
motion
it's supposed
wanted.
to be renewed in October anyway, so you're still, you got
At least
some
we've
weeks.
got time.
Did you offer a second?
I did the second.
Okay.
Forget I seconded.
But
We rescinded it?
we still need a second though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
So
seconded.
motion
but
by
we-
Sutton, seconded by
Do we
Hanson.
want to approve that now, or do we
Well,
wait till we have the signed contract?
I'm suggesting that you put it on
Oh,
hold,
gotcha.
Yeah,
get the clean copy, get the new signature, get the right dates in there, and then you can give
Do it
final
then.
approval.
Sounds good.
So I'll rescind my motion. We'll wait until
Yeah,
I get the
we'll
clean
just-
copy of.
Sounds good. Thank you.
I mainly just want to send a message that we're not
Yeah, yeah.
not going to renew their.
The intent is to go ahead and,
They're
yeah.
still waiting for an answer. So.
yeah.
Right.
Nothing else from,
No, that'd be
okay?
it.
Anything from the folks in attendance today? Larry, did you have
And I
anything?
have something very briefly, because we have
Yeah,
a legal matter.
okay. I'd entertain a
Move
motion. Motion by Fishback.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries. We're in exec for legal matters.
These, so.
No action.
Yeah, back, no action as a result of exec. Anything coming while we were in exec? Okay. Anything else from the folks in attendance? If not, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved by Sutton, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded
We're gonna
by-
adjourn, or we're gonna go down there?
I think we were going to adjourn and then go down there, but
Okay.
be known we're just taking a tour of the
Okay.
jail area.
All right.
Any discussion? All in favor of adjourning, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries.